Hey guys, welcome back to another movie review. In case if you're wondering, yes, I'm wearing the same thing as I did in the last movie review because I'm doing all the reviews at the same time. Otherwise, I have to keep changing shirts just to do a movie review. Why do that? Especially I just got back from the gym and been in the hot sun cleaning out my car. Do all this all at once, then take a shower. But anyway, shave and shave. Yes, I'm going to shave. Trust me. If I don't shave this within the next couple of days, I'll get razor bumps. It'll itch like all crazy, and I'll get razor bumps. All right. Yes, I know. I'm lazy in that way, but don't worry. Without further ado, let's talk about another movie I watched over the weekend. This is a movie that I bought years ago, and I bought it at full price years ago. It didn't do so well in the theaters, and tell you the truth, I know why it didn't do very well, because it was kind of a crappy movie for theaters. Crappy movies for theaters means good money for the rental scene. And that movie is Shoot 'Em Up. You see that $20 price tag? That's how much I bought it for. Stars Clive Owen. What year this came out again? Hold on a second. Okay, well, I guess I forgot what year this movie came out. Oh well. I know it's mid 2000s. This is when Clive Owen was like the rage, in a sense. Paul Giamatti played the main bad guy in the movie. Perfect. Played a good sick psycho. And Monica Bellucci played a really good role in this movie. So here's the thing. What's this movie about? If you're looking for deep conversation, deep storyline, this ain't the movie for you. If you want a good turn your brain off and just enjoy gratuitous violence. Well, not, I call it gratuitous, but it's not really that violent. This is the movie for you. So let me tell you about this movie in case if you want to watch it. If you don't want to watch it, just listen to what I talk about it. But the thing is, whatever movie I review, it's best that you watch it yourself to see if I'm cool with this or not. You could probably get this on Netflix or Amazon, maybe. I don't know. I haven't yet to see this on Netflix, but then again, if I can watch it on Netflix, I bought this. I spent money on this, so I always. If I see a movie that's on Netflix, I never watch it on Netflix or Disney Plus. If I have the movie, I always watch the movie version instead of the Disney Plus version or whatever, because I spent money on this. But anyway, story is this guy, the main character, Clive Owen, he's a bum. Why he's a bum? You don't know. He starts off sitting at a bus stop, minding his own business. A pregnant lady runs away right in front of him. Guy chasing her. He sees the guy, pulls out a gun, goes after the girl. He's like, "Oh damn! I guess I gotta stop this." Why is the guy chasing this pregnant woman? I'll tell you in a minute. It seemed a very simple movie, just got super complicated, and you'll see why. I don't want to really hold this like this all the time, but anyway. So here's the thing. He goes, kills the guy off. More guys come. He's killing. He's like the bomb starts shooting them up. Delivers the baby at the same time. Try to escape with the girl and the pregnant kid. Mother dies. He leaves her there, and he leaves. Paul Giamatti with his crew comes in, and he shoot them. They're shooting at each other, and he escapes. So now this guy, Paul Giamatti, is chasing this guy all over town to kill this baby. Why in the world do you want to kill a baby? Well, the story's about to show up soon. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. He tries to leave the baby in the park, in the park, so that way someone will find it and take care of it and whatever. He does it, and what happened was this one lady finds the baby on a merry-go-round. She's about to take it, and this guy shoots her dead. How the hell did he find her? Who knows? I'll tell you in a minute. Story's coming up. That's how, like, if you've never seen this movie before, you wonder, what the hell? How does this guy get this knowledge? You'll see in a minute. Shoots. Shoot. Clive Owen shoots the merry-go-round to make it spin so he can run up, snatch the kid, take off. Loses the guy. No big deal. Next, here comes Monica Luigi's character, who's a lactating hooker who lives in a brothel. Okay. He takes her there and say, okay, the baby obviously needs food. So, a lactating mother. Okay, lactating woman. Okay. Breast milk. Fine. He gives her some money to take care of the kid so he can figure out what's going on. And she says no. Still takes his money. And he takes off. Paul Giamatti's character finds her. He says, let's look for because he touched. The funny thing is, he's in the car. The dead mother's sitting right next to him in the back seat. While they're sitting there, while they're doing something, his driver and the other guy is doing something, he looks at her and is like, sick thoughts. Then he deduces, baby needs to feed. Where can he feed it? Lactating hooker. Let's look for all the lactating hookers, and boom, in a 20-mile area. So I guess there are a lot of them, or there may be one. So of course they find her there, try to convince her where the kid was and everything. Oh, she didn't do it. And of course, here comes Clive Owen, the bum, shoot up, have a little fight. Shoots Paul Giamatti, takes him and the girl, and take off. Of course, Paul Giamatti, he's wearing a bulletproof vest, so he stays alive. There's a reason for this. So while they're evading everything, they're trying to figure out what to do. He goes to a pawn shop to get bullets. He has no money. So he tries to buy bullets with food stamps. And she goes, what about that sperm check? The sperm donor check. He said that comes next week. She goes, I'll give you more bullets when you bring that sperm dollar check. I'm like, whew, okay. All right. Throughout the course of the movie, it's like a chase. Trying to figure out where this baby came from. They find out. They get a hotel room for a hot second. Now you get the hooker's backstory, where she had a kid that died in stillbirth, and it broke her heart so much that she just fell. And of course, having this baby operated her maternal instincts, and it's killing her softly at the same time. But that's how it works. All of a sudden, these SWAT type special forces guys bust in, and he's shooting them up. Okay, what the hell? These guys are pros. What the hell? So you got some mob guys chasing after this baby, and you got some pros chasing after this baby. What the hell? Love Google. Sometimes it'll pop up, and it's like Alexa. It'll pop up and start saying, "Ooh, what do you want?" Anyway, it's about to get complicated in a second. They figure out where the kid came from. It's an illegal baby making factory. Okay, why? Oh wow. Why would you have a baby? Why you have this mother sequestered away in a private place, out of the way, where no one? Bone marrow transplant. So someone has problem. Someone is very sick and they need bone marrow, but he needs a direct match. So you have a baby making factory to make babies, and you use the bone marrow from the baby to save yourself. He figures all this out. How the hell did he have this kind of knowledge? Where did this bum have this kind of knowledge that he'd be able to shoot like this? I don't know. Story's coming up. Now you see where I said the story gets slightly a somewhat simple story just gets slightly complicated, and it makes no sense. All right. This is going to be a little bit longer because there's so much packed into this movie. They try to throw so much into it. That's probably why it didn't do so well, because no one could figure it out and follow it. I had to watch it 2 or 3 times when I first saw it just to catch the basic story. Long story short, baby's in trouble. Finding answers. He takes it to a safe house. His house. Of course, he lives in an abandoned building. He has his elaborate lock to lock the doors. He uses a rat to unlock his doors. Paul Giamatti gets a bunch of guys, go to this place, and guess what? Shoot them up. They escape. They break into a museum. Him, the hooker, and the girl and the baby break into a museum. He says, "Wow, a tank. This would be safe for the baby." He creates a scene, and this is a funny scene. He creates a scene so that way they can sneak into the tank. The baby and the mouth and the girl, the hooker, into the tank. This one lady is spanking her child out loud, and so what happens? He goes and says, "Don't be disciplining your child like that." She's like, "How do you do?" So how do you like if I spank you? You would never do it. So he takes the Bible and just starts spanking her in front of everybody, and the kids just dying laughing. So you don't like it, so how? So this dude just came on and just spanked this lady in the butt. Okay. If you're kind of confused, trust me. Like I said, I haven't seen this movie in years. I barely remember the story, and then when I saw it, I was like, the reason why they didn't do so well in the theaters is because it's kind of complicated. So what happened was he figures out what was going on because the guns that those pros are using are not sold yet. So the only way they can get it, they had to have a private armorer. So this guy who's a gun maker, gunsmith. There we go. He owns a gun company. Guess what? He hired Paul Giamatti, the evil scumbag, to kill the baby. So he sneaks into place, here's out the whole master plan. Now, Paul Giamatti is trying to figure out why did people know him, because he used to be a FBI forensic profiler. So because of that, he kind of understands this guy's character, and then he finds out this guy's backstory, the bum's backstory. British guy, used to be the British SAS, or Special Ops, real badass. Goes to America, opens up a gun shop, had a wife and kids, sold some dude a gun, jackass with gun, goes to a restaurant, shoots up the place, kills his wife and his kid, and he falls to pieces. And then there was a big shootout at the warehouse. Yeah. Which they shoot him up. Now, the funny thing about the Paul Giamatti's character, the scumbag character, you kind of make him feel more human, is that his wife calls him throughout the movie. He says, "Yes, I'll be there. Oh my gosh, this job's taking a little longer than one, because he's trying to get back in time for his son's birthday party. So he's trying to do this job so he can get back to his son's birthday party to humanize the character. Why? Because hitman scumbags can't have families, right? Okay. Bum comes up with a plan. There's a cheap bus that takes you across the country. They have runs every so often. So what he does, he puts the mother and the child on the bus, and they go. And he said, "I'll find you. If I find you, I'll find you. If I don't, just keep this baby safe." So he concocts a plan to decoy everything. So while they're trying to chase him, car chase happens. Lots of shoot 'em up happen. Find out the baby that they was carrying was a fake baby. So the mother, not the mother, the hooker and the baby can get away scot free. He decides, you know what? What's going on? He figures out that, hey, this one guy works for somebody very powerful. It's a senator. He's going after gun control. He's trying to make some gun control law, which goes against the gunsmiths, what he wants to do. So that's the guy who needs the bone marrow transport plant. So he contacts him and says, okay, yeah, meet me in my plane. So he says, okay, meets him on the plane. Realize he had the senator. Yeah, he is sick. He needs the baby for a bone marrow transplant. It makes sense. Finds out then the gunsmith and the bad guy is on the plane too, because they're in cahoots. So he's like, ooh, I'm in trouble here. Where's the kid? Well, here's the funny thing: they're trying to figure out where the kid is, so that if they silence the kid or the person with the hooker with the kid, then and him, no one will know what's going on. He takes the senator, escapes, kills the senator on the plane, and escapes with a parachute. And of course, we got a skydiving chase. Oh my God! And in midair, shoot him up. Shoot him up. He escapes, passes out, wakes up. Bad guy finds him. Okay, takes him to the gunsmith's place. They're going to interrogate him and then kill him. Breaks his fingers, break both his middle fingers. Was it middle finger or trigger fingers? I can't remember. And break part of his thumb, so he can't do it. He escapes this, kills the gunsmith guy, beats up all these people. And basically what he does, he took some bullets between his fingers and stick it in the fireplace to shoot the Paul Giamatti character. He gets shot. He falls down to the ground. Phone rings. He said, "That's the wife." So he calls and said, "I don't think I'm gonna make it." "Oh, okay. Oh, my wife is leaving me." And he dies. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So basically, he kills off all the bad guys. He escapes, gets on that green bus, and he travels on the bus. Goes to the end of the line in front of a ice cream parlor shop. He goes in there, he sits down, and he's drinking some coffee. All of a sudden, he hears a girl talking about a baby. While she's working, he said, "You stay here while I'm working. I'll keep an eye on you." He's like, what the hell? He turns around, there's the baby. The baby he was protecting the whole time. He looks up, here she is, working at the ice cream shop. Of course, they embrace, kiss, because they've fallen in love with each other. That's for the ladies, for romance. And everything's going to be good. And then what happens? What do you think happens? I'll tell you what happens. 3 homeless people come in with guns, try to hold up the place. And of course, shoot them up. He defeats them all. Oh, there's one part about the movie I totally forgot, which is a running joke. He's an angry guy. He hates certain things. So, but anyway. Is this a very good movie? Not really. It's not a good movie at all. It's not. If you notice, I'm talking about this is like a 20-minute movie. I'm talking about this for 20 minutes because there's so much into this movie that really didn't really need to be done, in my opinion. But then again, I'm not a movie critic. I don't write movies. I just talk about them sometimes. So, but then again, it's a guilty pleasure. And since I spent money on this, of course, I'm going to keep it as long as I can. Is it a good movie for you to watch? If you want to see some violence, gun violence, Shoot 'em Up is a good movie. If you want stuff that's over the top, campy, cheeky, if you want that, Shoot 'em Up is a great movie. Otherwise, don't watch it. If you want to buy this, you should not. If it's not on Netflix or Amazon, you should pay no more than $5 for this. If you pay more than $5 for this movie, yes, I paid that. But then again, I bought it when it first came out. So, with that being said, that's that movie. So, if you saw this movie before, let me know down below. If you think it was a good movie or you like my review of it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like my review, give me a thumbs down. If you want to share this movie review, go ahead and share this movie review. Let me know what you think. If you have seen this, let me know what you thought of this movie. And with that being said, my name is Art. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next movie review. Sweat America. Sweaty America.